Check this out. Is this real? Dr. John Campbell, sun dimming experiments. Okay, y'all ready for this?
Well, we've just learned that the United Kingdom is about to start experiments in solar radiation management.
Is it happening? Is the most ridiculous conspiracy theory happening sun dimming?
And this gives rise to some concerns. And the first one is consent. I didn't give consent for this.
Neither did I.
You didn't give consent for this.
Correct. You would be correct.
If you're living in the United States or Canada or Australia, you certainly didn't give consent for this.
Definitely not.
And I haven't been
Canada.
informed.
Nope.
So we don't have the informed consent that we would like.
Fair.
Now, the thing about this so-called solar radiation management...
Just to take a quick sec, shout outs to Dr. John Campbell, held it down, spoke the truth a whole bunch during that lockdown, the pandemic lockdown. Got a lot of appreciation and respect for this guy.
...is it dims the amount of sunlight that gets to the Earth. It's reducing the amount of incident solar radiation. And
See, here's the thing. Like, people are trying to mess around with too much. Literally dimming the sun, taking away part of the UV radiation, that's going to mess with everything on the planet, not just humans. Newsflash, all of life on Earth relies on the sun. So if all of life on Earth relies on the sun and there are people trying to dim this sun, what does that literally tell us? The people behind this don't care at all for any life on the planet. What's the purpose behind this? What's the ultimate goal? Why are they trying to mess with every living being on the planet? This to me is the craziest thing.
Of course, all our food depends on incident solar radiation from the sun.
All our food, everything, my guy, everything on the planet, all of nature on the planet, life itself on the planet. It's the sun. It's the freaking sun. Am I missing something? This is the most ridiculous plan I've ever heard of. And if this ever happens, bro, this is probably the biggest news story ever.
From the sun. So here we have the potential to reduce the amount of food that's produced to control agriculture. The obvious question is, who will be in control? No one's approached me to take control. Has anyone approached you to take control?
No, it's
what
just...
great elites, what betters, what senior intellects will be in control of this, allowing the amount of sunlight that us plebs on the earth get will produce less vitamin D, of course, as well.
Like, the repercussions of this, the negative side effects of this, tell me one positive side effect of this. What is the actual benefit that we're trying to gain from dimming the sun? What is it that they're actually saying? They're lying if they're saying anything, because obviously it's not to benefit anyone. It's actually the very opposite. It's to harm almost everyone. So like, what's the lie here? That how are we going to benefit from this?
But we can take tablets for that. But the main thing is the food. If you can control food production, make no mistake, you control everything. If someone's hungry, they'll do anything for food.
Sure.
So we don't want elites controlling our amount of sunlight and therefore the amount of food that we have.
I mean, fair. But I feel like it goes beyond food. Like, you're messing with everything. If you dim the sun too much, it's going to throw everything off balance. And that's going to mess with all of life. This is like extinction level stuff. What are we doing here, really? What are we talking about? What's the purpose of any of this?
And sunlight's necessary for all food chains, plants and the animals and absolutely everything. And of course, it's necessary for photosynthesis. Now, am I getting something wrong here? So we're going to reduce the amount of sunlight that comes to the earth. That reduces the amount of photosynthesis. Now, what photosynthesis is, it takes water and carbon dioxide. It takes energy from the sun. It combines that into sugars, and it also gives us oxygen.
Right.
So I used to teach my students the equation: 6 molecules of H2O plus 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus the energy from the sun gives C6H12O6, which is a simple sugar molecule, plus 6 molecules of oxygen.
Now, that's the science behind photosynthesis.
We were being told that there was too much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.
Right.
But photosynthesis is that which takes carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere.
Right.
So am I missing something here?
Right.
And I also kind of like to breathe.
Banger of a point, man. Banger of a point. Like, weren't we experiencing global warming? Because we weren't experiencing global warming, they had to change it to climate change. still blaming it on carbon dioxide. Well, guess what? Dimming the sun probably going to lead to a lot more carbon dioxide because it's going to lead to a lot less photosynthesis. This is just wild on every level. Also, the whole elite thing. Like, here's the thing. Not everything is just black and white. Not everything is good or bad. If you have a way to control, let's say, something that a lot of people rely on, just because someone or something is controlling that mechanism doesn't inherently make it bad or good. You can use it for either purpose. So like, say globalism, the world coming together. I mean, whether we like it or not, we are coming together, but the world coming together in and of itself is not a bad thing. But when you have people at the helm that are trying to control everyone, so bringing the world together just so that they can be controlled by you or by us or whoever is the one wanting to control, that's obviously not good. But bringing the world together so that we could all share resources and learn together and grow together, develop together, help each other out, live in harmony and unison, that's a great thing. So again, when something is being hijacked for nefarious purposes or for evil purposes, that's the issue. Again, if there ever was a scenario where we needed to dim the sun, which I guarantee is not a thing, then having the best intentions there or the best possible execution in that would be the best scenario. But for not even a second do I believe that the people at the helm right now, at the helm of this kind of project, have the best intentions for humanity or for Earth at heart at all. I don't buy it for a second.
To the atmosphere. So am I missing something here? And I also kind of like to breathe oxygen occasionally as well, because that's produced by photosynthesis. So why would we want to be reducing photosynthesis?
I don't get it.
Less photosynthesis, more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the antithesis of what we're told we want. And yet we're going to be reducing the amount of solar radiation coming to the surface of the Earth. Now, at the moment, this is a £50 million project. Doesn't sound too small to me.
Okay.
And it's probably being done already, but this is an official £50 million project that they're being forced to admit to at the moment.
That's crazy.
What are the risks here?
Well, what's £50 million going towards?
The world, Asia, Africa, depends on the monsoon. It has to be the seasonal monsoon to produce the world's food supply. The risk of that being disrupted is immense. We could be talking about famine on a Herculean massive scale here, a biblical scale.
Crazy.
And then there can be local effects. Maybe one area is going to be affected and another area is not going to be affected.
Sure.
And that can give rise to regional tensions. One group raiding another area for food.
Sure.
There's all sorts of nasty implications potentially here. If there's regional effects in the way that the radiation from the sun gets to the earth and generates agriculture.
Yeah.
And we're kind of treating the symptoms here, really, rather than treating the underlying problems. We need to consider the way that we interact with our natural environment. The ecosystem is an amazing place. We've got plants and animals, of course, wonderful, but we've also got, in the background you can see from me now, there's 10 to the 22 types of virus. Not viruses, 10 to the 22 types. Bacteria, fungi, it's all in an integrated web with complexity beyond our imagination. And I was a chartered biologist for a while. I have studied this.
The thing is, like, trying to play God is going to lead to unintended negative consequences because we don't understand anywhere near the full extent of the, as he said, complexities of creation, like all of nature. We also can't create anything. We just modify what already exists within creation. That's what's up. Like, we're just modifying things that exist. We're not really creating anything.
And it's just beyond our imagination to know how this complicated system works, but it does. And human interference could be really a bad idea. So it's not really what we want. So they're the problems, some of the risks. Let's proceed with great caution on this one, shall we? Please, United Kingdom government. And if you're in a government from another part of the world, I think you can probably share our concerns. If we want to get rid of carbon, we could plant some more of these amazing created
He's tapping the tree.
These trees. Why don't we plant more of those if we're so worried about carbon dioxide?
Yeah, that's fair.
But for now, elites, don't interfere with our ecosystem. I don't give informed consent, and don't mess with things you don't understand, because no matter how clever you are, I don't really believe you do understand ecosystems. They are very complicated, delicate, and must be respected.
I completely agree, my guy. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what. It just, obviously, to me, it feels nefarious. It doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like the planet or humanity's best interests are at heart behind that. Dimming the sun? Are we serious? Dimming the sun. Let's be real.